Hey, today we're gonna be talking about lips, specifically lower lips. All right, so this is a beginner's guide to lips. Okay, well, let me get another example here, just so you can see how extreme it could be, and why the lips are important. When I was first starting out, I didn't know what the lips did. I didn't know. All I know is that, they had them. I couldn't explain why. No one could around me. So now we'll make a video to help those that don't really know what the lips do. Now, first off, you'll see that there's different shapes. Okay. Different angles, different placements. Okay, you can see that this one's a bit forward, while this one's a bit at the back, and this one is oddly shaped. It's not flat. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, it's actually kind of curved, and it's way in front. You have to forgive my dog. She's on a rampage outside. Anyway, so first let's talk about why the lips are there. So the lip gives the lure its distinctive action, or it's one of the factors that help give it its distinctive action. Take, for example, this one. This is a surface lure. It floats. This is actually quite light. And the lip, the shape of the lip helps it go side to side and rock or roll. Okay, so it makes it swim like that. And as you can see, the sides are very flashy. And imagine swimming, okay, this lure swimming and rolling, giving off that flash. And this lip makes it possible for this lure to get noticed. Okay, so it helps with the action of the lure. But there are some lures. This is a floating one, while this one is a suspending lure. And what this does, and you can see the shape is oval, quite standard, this one. What it does, this is a suspending lure. So you can imagine, if this is the surface, when you reel it in, it goes down, and then it stops there when you stop reeling, and it slowly rises. But this lip gives it, again, it's kicking motion. It's side to side, okay, and then it's wobbling action. Without the lip, it would do it, okay, they'll have the side-to-side action and all that, but it's very subtle. It's like, it's just like that. And it won't wobble. It'll just go straight. Okay, so the lip gives it its action. Now, it's the same with this. Okay, lip gives it its action, but the difference between this, and if you can see, it's set kind of back, it gives it its stability. It's not only the action, but also the stability that this lure has. So you could cast it out as far as you could, reel it in, and it'll give it that action, no matter how fast you reel in. This is a sinking lure. It's a heavy sinking lure, so it casts far, and when you reel, it gives this lure, this particular lure, the stability it needs. So even if you're reeling fast, it'll roll, it will wobble, but it won't skip out of the water. So put it there. Okay, so this is a floater. This is suspending, sinking. All of them have different types of lips. The angle's about the same. Okay, you can see that. And the lips do a lot of things for them. Their wobble, the dive depth sometimes, especially for this one. And we'll talk more about that with these three lures. And then it's rolling action. Okay, so when you go into a shop, you see all these lures, and then you'll see the lips, the shape or the lack of the lip. You'll see, and then sometimes you get, can kind of confused that there's some big ones, there's some smaller ones. So yeah, so now you have at least something that'll guide you. Now, there are some lures that have really tiny lips. Okay, that make it dive. And I'm making this as an example because this is a lure that's pretty much kind of like the same type. Okay, so this one right here has pretty much the same body size here. You can see the shape. The only difference is really the lip. So this lip again makes it wobble, and it sets the diving depth of this particular lure. So this lure is a shallow running lure. It floats and then it dives, but it only dives let's say 3 feet, whereas this one would go down to 6. So it goes down real deep, and it's all because of this lip. So it's a diving lip. Okay, these are lures that are called crankbaits. Well, these could be classified as jerkbaits. Okay, now this one is made to be trolled or cast out and reeled in fast. As you can see, it's a minnow type, same as these. Okay, and the difference is it has this massive lip, and when you cast this out, it dives down real deep, and it has a really nice side-to-side action, and it's because of this oval lip. Okay, this sinks. So when you cast it out, it starts sinking. You reel it in, it goes down even faster. Now, then we go to these guys. Now, this one has a called a coffin lip, and what it is that it makes it dive deep with a very erratic action. Like we've mentioned, the lips determine the action, okay, of the lure, and this one has a lot of this, a lot of rolling, and it also has kind of like a hunting action, which means that when you reel it in, sometimes it actually veers off to one side, and that's the characteristic of a coffin lip. But also with a coffin lip, when it hits something, it actually deflects it. Okay, it deflects it, and it kind of looks like a feeding fish, and that's where you get your strikes. And then we have this really massive lip that dives down to like 25 feet. Now this particular one is a crankbait, and it's built for saltwater fishing, but it's big. Okay, it has a very nice big buoyant body, so it floats. But when you reel in, what it does is, so let's say that's the line there. What it does is just go like that and dives down. Okay, dives down really fast. And this is the purpose for this build. It's really massive. It's almost the same size as the body. It's almost 3/4 the length of the body. And this, when you see a really massive lip like this, it means that it's the ones that dive the deepest. Okay, so I hope that clears things up a little bit about lips. And if you have questions or clarifications, please comment down below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.